everybody. If you're watching this, thank you. Also, if you're watching this, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Here we go. So this is another review of Love After Lockup. Love Me, Love Me Not, Season 5, Episode 37. All right. I will be back to report about the debate next week. Of course, after it's over. I know it's going to stress me the fuck out, but I still got to watch it. The presidential debate, if Trump shows up, since they apparently going to give him a pass until after the election for his sentencing for a crime he was convicted of. But don't get me started. Y'all, this episode went in a direction I was not prepared for. True and Shantae. Now, this part went in the direction I was prepared for. True is in his car, and he is driving up to the house. I guess he has the address because that's where he was previously supposed to be paroled, or not, because she got a house since then. Okay, Shantae. He goes to the grocery store, and he's just like, man, all these cheeses for an omelet. In prison, we only had 3 choices. I'm like, haven't you been out for a few months? This is the first time you've been to the grocery store to see some cheeses? I don't have time. Anyway, he has trouble with the self-checkout. But even then, we're going to give him a pass because the self-checkout be fucking up. All right. So he shows up at Shantae's house. He's like, you're not going to let me in, man. She can't stay mad forever. We already knew how this is going to go. So he, with groceries, he just comes in the house about he going to cook for her. They were supposed to have a cook-off, whatever. All right. Honestly, Shantae, baby girl, you look a whole fucking lot better. Your skin looks better. You look better. You look happier. Pregnant and all, you still look like you've lost significant weight since not having this man in your life. Please take note. Okay? Okay. Please don't worry about my hair. It's been a rough day. School starts next week. I was just trying to get everything together. Just give me a little space. All right. Because I know. Anyway. So he's showing up to her house uninvited. And he's up here talking about, see, I'm here to make groceries. That already shows you I can do the extra mile to be a father and be in your life. And I'm like, buying groceries is your idea of an extra mile? In my kitchen with my utensils, my gas, my electric, sir, unacceptable. That steak, I don't know what y'all use. That shit did not look good to me, and it did not look cooked well enough for me. But that's just me. Shantae, how did you miss him so much? And this motherfucker, when he got out, it was less than 48 hours, or about that time, a few days, and he's telling you how boring he is. He wasn't with you. What the fuck are you missing? The prison call conversations? If so, then say that. But quit trying to act like y'all spent all this time together for you to be missing y'all's physical interactions. Y'all's physical interactions ended up you being pregnant with twins. And then he had the nerve to say something like, yeah, I always dreamed of like making twins. I can't. All right. Bianca and Daniel. Bianca, go home. And by go home, I mean go back home to Florida in your parents' home because you need supervision. You ain't got it. You ain't ready. All right, so she's making posters for him. Well, I just say y'all, she ain't ready. All right, please, Bianca, take that money, go to school, get a trade, not a nurse. We don't need you around people, but just do something else. Be a manager or something at, like a clothing store where you can't really hurt nobody. She talks like a 15-year-old in terms of maturity and I think like she needs time to grow up. Okay, she is very inarticulate as it is. So she's talking about how he has to go to a halfway house and he doesn't want to go. He's gonna stay with her, and I'm like, baby, you do realize that's not a choice. That is a condition. Once let out. And if you don't follow those rules, you will go back to prison. Trust me. I'd rather be in a halfway house than prison. Another one. She's another one who don't want his family to be there for him when he gets out. She wants him all of herself. They knew him long before he was on the inside. They have their own shit to deal with. The same way Hope don't want Arthur with his mama. Anyway. So she meets his family, his brother, his stepdad, his mom. Stepdad apologizes for asking about her mental stability, even though I think it's a justified question. And he was just like, that's just my sense of humor. And maybe it was, but honestly, at this point, I'm questioning it. All right. She doesn't want to stop drinking around him, and she keeps telling everybody this. I get that you don't want to stop drinking. So why are you moving to Arizona for a man with a problem addiction that he is only able to control at this point because he is in jail and just doesn't have access? Bianca, go fucking home and go home to your parents. You need supervision. All right, so his mom talks about how she's had husbands that were convicts. Um, I think his stepdad must have been in trouble at one point, and then apparently the other man she was married to, she lost a son because of addiction and things like that. And you could tell that was really breaking her. And the mom is right. It's as simple as this. Bianca has no clue. All right, Christine and Julian, she has to report to parole. Okay. He's paying for a lawyer in Ohio. Apparently, there's another issue in West Virginia for her child support issues. And then he's talking about how I'm, scraping to get money together, and I'm running out of money. Even you don't have to have a lot, but you need to contribute. And she's like, you know how hard it is for a felon to get a job? Agreed. But also, Christine, you haven't been trying. 3, then she has the nerve to bring up how him and his ex-wife used to take all of these trips abroad. Do you really expect me to have that same kind of income? I don't think he asked to go to Europe with you, but that is very telling that he had money for this. But my point is, she's like, well, I've told you, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. Julian, this is still your dumb ass fault. You the one that spent all this money. You the one that spent time for lawyers, all this shit. Your kids go to private school, which means you're paying tuition, like a college tuition bill for kids that are underage. And you've taken these elaborate vacations, so on and so forth. Yeah, if I was Christine, I'd have questions too. But the point is, you were putting in all this money, sending her, putting it on her books. And now when she get out, you waiting for somebody to make money. You should have found you somebody on the outside. Like, or just stop spending all this money like crazy, you dumb fuck. I blame you. Here we go. I told y'all, I told y'all, I told y'all. And I just felt like other people were not getting it. Not so much in the comments. I had watched other people's videos and people were just acting like a paralegal was just like, no big deal. Say what now? So Letitia and Keith, she's going to see an attorney for a second opinion. He's a well-known lawyer. Well, bitch, why didn't you go to him first? Who goes to a lawyer for a second opinion when going to a paralegal first? That's some dumb shit. You go to another attorney after seeing an attorney for a second opinion. Okay, what the fuck? And then it's that same white man we saw on Love During Lockup. Bitch, please stop giving this white man your money. He don't want to see you. He thinks you're dumb. And honestly, at least in that regard, he is absolutely right. He said, where did you find... I saw his face. He didn't give a fuck about what she was saying. And honestly, you should have been embarrassed to walk your black ass up in there, because that last time he looked like he didn't want to bother with you either. He said... He said, where did you find a paralegal who isn't a lawyer to write up briefs? And said, let me guess, another. And she was like, yeah, like almost like, how'd he figure that out? Bitch, because it's a con. He sees cons all the time. He was like, he sold you a dream because, he's clearly profiting off the fact that, for your pain. My thing is, Letitia, you were dumb. Talking about, no, he can't. See, he can't refund my time. He can't refund my energy. Bitch, well, he can refund your damn money. Or you can press charges. Get the fuck out of here. Why were you talking to a paralegal in the first place? The fact that this man had a public defender, but you claim to have your own business. And I'm not saying that means people always have money falling out of their pockets, but I'm just making a point. You have your own business. You always shopping. You doing this. You doing that. You driving this. And he had a public defender. A public defender, as I've explained, is still a well-trained attorney who is choosing to give their services to people who cannot pay $5,000 to $8,000 for a visit or to retain them. Anyway, So apparently Keith has 8 months left, and the policy statement of the law changed, but it applies to people down the line. It takes a second, even when laws change, for them to go into effect. Like there's laws that were passed in 2022 that only became part of our lives in 2024. Like that just happens. Um, why would you throw a party before you knew all the details any fucking way? You didn't have no fucking paperwork. So who goes to a lawyer? Like I said, never mind. I'm not gonna even try. And best believe you going to Arthur for that second opinion, you got to pay Arthur. So she calls Keith, and he said, "Well, look, I know not to get too excited. I don't get excited over things no more." Y'all saying he shouldn't have given y'all false hope. Let me tell you something. This is y'all's fucking fault for not betting it. Keith, sure, but Letitia, you paid for this shit. A paralegal is not a goddamn lawyer. Emphasis on the para for the title. Anyway, he didn't even pose as an attorney and got y'all's money. Girl, bye. All right, so Marcia, or whatever her name is, said we should have beaten Ben's ass. Maybe y'all should have. Maybe y'all still can. She says, I don't know what to tell my family. I said the truth and blame yourself while you at it because you was being really fucking dumb. Then she finds out from Marcia. Mind you, Marcia is not her blood. She's Keith's blood. They just a little too involved for me, but whatever. Her house is being foreclosed on, the house she is currently living in, because the property manager hasn't been paying the mortgage. You're spending all this money on a man in prison. You have 2 kids to take care of, and now you're going to have to uproot them and move them to another house, and y'all have only been in this one for a couple of months. But my thing is, you have your own firm, whatever, but you have a place of business where you clearly have to pay overhead. You don't have your own mortgage. You don't clearly know how to read paperwork for a paralegal, for a lawyer, or just to look into people who, and granted, these kind of things happen. This kind of thing can happen regardless. But Letitia was just making a few too many mistakes for my liking. Okay? I'm done. So here we get to Hope and Arthur. And I said, I stand on this. Arthur, Troy can do better. Shantae used to be in there, and Shantae, I gotta put you on ice because I defended you, girl. I was really trying with you. Anyway, Hope and Arthur. Hope looks like Peppa the Pig. I don't even know what channel that was ever on. I just know I had a niece who liked Peppa the Pig. And I just remember she had this little thing she played with. I think that was her name, Peppa. But anyway, she looks like Peppa the Pig. Anyway, that pink hair does not help you. And I realize now that even when I was saying Hope wasn't cute, I was saying Hope wasn't cute, and Hope had on makeup on her face, because when I saw her without it, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, what is with these women treating their men as if they are the new prison warden once they get out? Stop talking to these people like this. And Arthur's nice. Troy is nice. Okay, we're going to get to Troy in a second. Y'all had these ridiculous ideas of what you expect your life to be like with a person who's just like even days out of prison. She says he doesn't need to spend time with his mother. He needs to be spending time with his girlfriend. Not his wife, not his fiance, his girlfriend. Bitch, bye. Okay? I'm offended by that. Arthur, I hope you get incredible business opportunities. Certainly, at the very least, good advertisement from this show with your designs, because you can do better than Hope. You should do better than Hope. I want you to do better than Hope. Okay? Trust me, you are deserving of better. And he just said the sweetest thing when he was talking about making clothes while he was in prison. When he said, I made clothes for people and I never charged them. And he was just like, everybody deserves to feel good about themselves. I was just like, Arthur's just somebody who got caught up. He got caught up. He just made a mistake. And that's why I just hate that people who end up doing those harsh prison sentences like that for shit. It's unfortunate. It just really is. Hope hasn't told her sisters about Arthur. She was like, because they're going to pass judgment. I said, bitch, yeah. Hope, all that money you were spending on him and this, that, and the other, please go get some clothes that fit. Really, that just fit. That's all. That's all. He found an old picture. He was in her closet. I don't even know why he was looking around that closet, probably trying to hide from her crazy ass. But anyway, he found an old picture with her, with somebody else, and she's cheated before, and she hasn't told her sisters about him. He's like, well, what are you hiding? I don't know what happened, but that, and him saying he just doesn't want to talk about it right now, didn't talk about his emotions. He just, he started to shut down. And she was like, you have to talk. I was like, girl, you need to back off. I could just, and by back off, I mean, I could tell something was wrong. He's struggling with his emotions, and he said, because in prison, I couldn't show that. They'll take advantage of anybody that seems to show any kind of like vulnerability. And that's how those environments work. And that's how waking up every day, seeing the same dull colors, people reminding you in prison. Y'all, that shit is an Eighth Amendment violation. The way people are stored in prison and not treated like people in this country is horrendous. And we are now seeing the serious effects of it. And it happens disproportionately to African Americans. Period. Hard stop. Arthur is having like a breakdown, and he seems to be hallucinating. He's like, I'm seeing demons. So this to me is like a nervous breakdown, panic attack, and that doesn't always look like the same thing to everybody. And I know they called his mother because his mother's probably the only person in the world that can pick up on his voice and know and talk him through it. But y'all honestly should have called 911. Because y'all could clearly see something wasn't right. And it's better safe than fucking sorry. He needed help in that moment. And y'all saying, oh, we stopped filming to get him mental health. You should have before you taped that scene with him talking to his goddamn mother. She knows because she is his mother. He saw somebody killed in front of him and nobody did anything. That shit will traumatize you forever. Arthur, I'm praying for you. And you're going to be all right. You're going to get through this. And I really hope you okay. Okay? All right. Zaria and Troy. Zaria, I won't, bitch, I'm tired of you. How about that? I'm fucking tired of you. I'm fucking tired of you. I'm fucking tired of that ghetto ass mama that it's your fault that you brought down to Syracuse to stay with y'all. Karen is mad at her son Troy for asking just how is she doing this morning. What the fuck y'all keep asking me that for? I need to be asking y'all. I know better than y'all. That kind of shit, that kind of like ghetto rambling, I'm not here for. I don't think the shit's funny. Get this bitch out the house. But he can't because it's Zaria's house. And Zaria is too busy being mad about his baby mother. Why is she tripping about his baby mother? Not because she's seen him do anything. She's heard him talk. And then he goes in the room separately, yes, to talk to his baby mother about his child. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not because she's necessarily seen anything she can put together, but because of them damn tarot, Uno, Skipbo cards that told her what things are going to work. Girl, bye. Anyway, so she's playing games about whether or not she's going to go to Buffalo to see his daughter with him. I said, bitch, this man got out of prison. He wants to see his baby. He done spent time with your son, is treating your son like his. Why are you so fucking bothered? Well, I don't even know if I'm going to go see his daughter. Go, do this, do that. Knowing good and goddamn well his way to get there is through you. By saying, I'm good, I don't have to meet her. That's dismissive of his daughter. And I don't trust you just for that. And you know what? While I'm on it, since you were spending all this money on this shit and you sending tickets to Karen, why can't you go and get a copay to go see a dermatologist? Because all that work you do trying to cover up those big ass bumps on your face, you need to spend that energy elsewhere. And maybe those are stress bumps, whatever the fuck they are, because you stay so fucking bothered. But it ain't cool, and the way you treating him, it does not sit well with me, darling. It does not. So she is accusing Troy of appeasing her, the baby mother's, Yanni, I think her name is, as if he doesn't have a daughter, as if he's not supposed to love this girl. First of all, I would question a man who didn't act like Troy. No, I don't want a man sitting around dogging out his ex. If you want to know how a man would treat you, listen to how he talks about other women. Especially in a heterosexual relationship, okay? So, How can he ignore the mother of his child who has been taking care of his baby and has sole custody of this kid as a result of him being in prison? It doesn't work like that. You're the one who fucked your man's cellmate. That's why you're paranoid, because you don't have a relationship with him. And hell, he may just not like you for what the fuck you did to him. We don't know what you lying about, what you telling the truth about. It doesn't work like that. That's why you're paranoid, and fuck you. Troy is patient, because let me tell you something. His mama yelling in his ear, her doing that bitchy shit again. He only been out 3 fucking days. Zaria, you are crazy as fuck. I see why you had to get a man that was locked down, okay, to deal with you. Zaria, you full of shit. You acted like you couldn't stand up to Karen when it was the church, and when she came over your house that night and you and your sister, you were like, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I tell you what, but when it came to Yanni and Karen talking all that shit, you got in her face, got loud, got in Troy's face and everything else. Oh no, see, you get mad about what the fuck you care about. And you saw Karen kind of come down just like this. Well, I'll go talk to her. Y'all shouldn't do that. See, Karen even calmed down because she recognized that ghetto spirit. So, Zaria, you can kiss my fucking ass. All right? She shut everybody down. She fights over what she wants. Troy gets so aggravated, he leaves and walks. Do y'all know this man done walked 6 miles from that house? In less than an hour? I said, bless his heart. Because he trying to get away so he don't end up punching no walls and no shit like that. You lucky he has enough self-control to do that. Everybody don't have that kind of self-control. We seen that just watching this show. It don't matter if you had the threat of jail over your head or not. And that producer was like, well, why don't you tell Zaria that? He was like, I have. I said, bitch, I heard him tell her that again and again. If you don't get the fuck up out of his face, Troy, baby, I'm telling you right now, you can do better. You can do better, but you go and see your little girl, and don't you let that dumb hoe. I don't give a fuck what does baby mama feel about him. She can like him, not like him. Zaria, you gonna send him up there by himself? You stupid. And now y'all can't find him. He walked on foot and y'all can't find. You know what? I'm done. But anyway, that's just my take on Love After Lockup, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.